ladies and gentlemen of the
You guys,
press.
this is like the third. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you so much for tuning in.
What's up?
This is the UNCHURCH Family Podcast.
Now we do.
My name is TitOluwa and
And I'm
Sefunmi.
Sefunmi Oladapo, you guys.
You guys, and we are the UNCHURCH family.
What's up?
Funny how we're not in the same church. Anyway, guys,
what is your problem? I like Atenoma.
Because you avoided this.
I'm not avoiding it.
Why are you avoiding this?
Avoiding this.
You are avoiding this.
We're in the same body of Christ. Thanks.
Did I say otherwise?
Even though.
That's what I'm
Even though.
Hi guys, welcome to our podcast. I was about to say our channel.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.
Happy Agenda.
Let me tell you why we're saying Happy Easter after Easter. So, guys, we recorded.
Yeah, we did.
But the joke was on us.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic episode, but I think so. Our studio was not around. We have a mobile studio that
our
we
studio
use.
was at the gym, actually.
Our studio was at the gym.
Working out. It was just trying to get fit for us, you know?
You get so we can give you better sound before we round up this season.
Yeah.
And so the other studio that we could have used, we're like, let's use the more situated studio.
Right.
Then as we hit the record button, we're already having great conversation. Then the noise started. Like in the episode, you hear me call my neighbor's children's name loudly. So we couldn't put that out. It was an interesting episode. So Sefunmi couldn't come back to record, and definitely was not going to record on my own. Anyway, so I'm just going to speak on how my Easter went. So again, we had recorded only for us to see again that the joke want to be on the devil this time around. So I went to Ibadan to see my mom for Easter. So I hadn't seen her in 2 months.
Hi, Mama.
Last time I saw her was her sister's burial. That's
okay.
Physically. So went to see her, and the plan was I would see a movie. I was even going to take my mom out, like to see the movie as well.
What were you looking at watching?
Creed. Then there's this. Is it Desperate Wives or Desperate something?
Okay.
I don't know. Just there was that, and then wanted go for fine dining. Just go out. You want to take walks. My mom and I already had this itinerary plan. What we didn't know was our body was tired. So guys, if
it be your own body.
If Ibadan was 50, I was asleep for 45. I was asleep, and like I said before, I wore 2 outfits in Ibadan. Both were nightwears. There was
it that bad?
There was sleepwear. There's a wear I called a sleepwear, and there was a nightwear. Both were my wares, and I carry clothes. They're still even in the box. I've not unpacked. And then we got back. It was so bad. Someone was going out. Someone was going to buy stuff at the supermarket, but I didn't even see the gates.
Wow.
There was a day I didn't see the gate at all. I didn't step out of the house at all. I didn't go anywhere. Even my mom and I, but I'm usually gisting with mom. Mommy, are you okay? We just a little bit. I'm going back to bed. I slept a lot. I don't know, but I really enjoyed it. I slept. The day I woke up, it was like they stretched me in this. I was stretched. I woke up. I stretched one shoulder. I said, the breath was different. The breeze. God.
Don't even get me started.
Ibadan. Especially when you've not been there in a while. Because last year I had some jobs in Ibadan to do. So after a while, it was just work for me. But I've not been in Ibadan in a while. I've actually not been in Ibadan since January 1. I've not been in my mom's side since that January 1. I've not been in Ibadan since January 29 or so, 28. So
okay.
Things have changed. It was good to see some places. We had Panadam on the first day. Lovely. Are
you a Panadam person?
I am actually. Am I a food person in general?
you have your moments.
Yeah, I do have my moments.
It's
I
better
think
than
I actually
before.
like my food. That's what I'm discovering. I think I really like my own food. I don't really like cooking, but because I don't, at the end of the day, I could try, but I could also be maybe first day, second, I'm already tired. I want to eat my food. So I think my food
Oh,
works,
that's
and I'm not
good.
gonna pound. Yeah,
Oh, there are
I
processors
shan't.
down now.
I shan't do that. Yeah, processors, yes, but that I will pound it up. No, no,
Oh.
it's not a mark of faith.
Ain't nobody.
It's not a mark of religion. It's not a mark of God.
It's not the mark of motherhood. It's not the mark of
Anyway,
Abiyamo.
so I came back and because I carried my father to so where it was even Obey, it was Obey, we're listening to Obey and all. My dad was really impressed that I knew Obey. We were like, "Oh, this one." Me that they listen to Obey instead. Anyway, it was fun. I was sitting also in a car and all. We dropped my dad in his house. Immediately he came down because someone drove, not Ibadan, but someone drove, collected the car from the driver at Maryland, and then drove to my pop's place. My dad came down. Immediately my father came down, it felt like I don't understand. I didn't really get it. Like, okay, what was going on? I wasn't feeling sick. So that's it. I know when I'm feeling malaria, sick, and all, even
Okay.
being tired. I wasn't feeling sick.
What's
I was
going on?
feeling really drained. And it was all of a sudden. So I didn't understand. And it's not as if I walked in the car or anything. I literally sat down. Somebody even slept. I didn't sleep. Like, okay, fine. Then we're supposed to go to the warehouse to get some things. As we're going, I was already saying, I'm not feeling, I don't know how I'm feeling. Someone didn't really pay attention because, no, oh, sorry, babe, oh, sorry, babe, we're going to rest. Just as we packed. First of all, I was struggling to breathe. I was like, so I always say, so I was sitting at the back because, I was like, okay, I ran to the front, reclined, someone increased the AC to the highest. I couldn't. I tried to put my hand on my because usually when I have palpitations, so maybe I don't know, suddenly like my heart can just start beating. Boo, boo, boo. So usually I just kind of compress a bit and then it goes itself. I couldn't even feel anything. Like my heart beating. What's going on? As I can feel it. But yesterday I kept checking. Hello, hello, are you there?
Are you?
I
I'm
couldn't
shocked.
feel anything. Someone said, let's go to hospital. I said, when I get it, what would I tell them exactly? What would I tell them?
You tell them what you are feeling or
The
what you
feeling
were feeling.
was they'll probably feel the heartbeat, but I just couldn't feel it. And then I tried to listen to my things I normally do, even playfully. Like sometimes when I'm lying there, I can feel my I can feel it. I didn't feel anything. I said, good, correct. Whatever this is, just make sure that this is the last time you ever just make sure that this is the last time you
I'm
ever
surprised.
you ever come up. So we drove. I told someone, let's go.
So when you got
Let's
home,
go.
or you just rested again?
Yeah, I rested for the most part. I was really tired when I got home, but I was much better than the sun. I was like I was trying to breathe, like I was
It was
dragging the
labored.
breath. I said, "What's going on?" You know, but I don't try me. Someone first of all was driving off. I'm like, "What's going?" He said, "Let's go to Avon. Let's go to Avon."
Surely. Yeah.
I said, "There's no need. Let's go home. I'm okay." I'm okay. I was saying that I'm okay so that I could hear myself say it that you are okay. Don't
You
try
have to
me.
be okay.
Don't even try me. Go home. My cleaner was already waiting. Just told her pack. I didn't pack anything. Just left, came out, opened the door. Then all of a sudden when that tiredness I kind of felt very pressed. Peed, I just went lie down. And that was it. And just went. Someone kept asking. He must have asked me like 16 times, how are you feeling now? So what are you feeling now? So are you feeling now? I'm okay, this guy. So I don't know what it was because if had been busy the
It
past,
would
I
have
would
been
have
a
said it was
different thing.
stress, like oh that I've been really busy. But I was at rest.
Was it easy on throughout your trip though?
Yeah, this is what I was on.
Okay.
It was. Don't know. I really don't know. Shebi I went to Ibadan. And that one we even woke up very early because we left the house like 6, like 6. Is it 6 or 5:50 something? So if it was that one, I said woke up very early, and then I didn't sleep until like 2. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then we're stuck in traffic. took like 3 hours to bust out of Lagos. You know, I'm not joking.
I'm not even gonna ask.
That was Good Friday, so people were traveling, and then they were
damn.
fixing the road, so all of that drama. But thankfully, we left early, so we're out of Lagos by like 9. So
And you left the house
6, 5:30, 5:50, 5:45, 6.
I don't want to go there.
Trust me, the traffic was, you drink water. But so if it was that, I would have said, okay, yeah, stress. But there was no stress. Anyway, thank God for that. Whatever that was, thankful that it's gone. So yeah, that was my week.
If pharmacist in me, we'll address this later, but
that's your business. Anyway, then Easter Sunday was amazing. You're
in IB now?
Yeah, but we
stream service.
Stream service. Cool. Powerful service. Powerful word. Beautiful. Like, yes. Anyway, that was done. Then yeah, I've been listening to a lot of sermons these days. Just sweet. So yeah, I think I have today. I worked basically all through. I've interviewed human beings in this life, and I'm like, if not, I know that Jesus died for you. God. I would have asked you. Did they remove your name from the list? When Jesus was dying, did they remove your name? There was one I was interviewing. The guy literally said, "Madam, one, I'm not fighting with you. I'm not joking." Madam, I'm not. Is this a
Gen Z person though?
No, a single father of 4.
Of 4.
4.
30s. 30s.
I don't even know how old the guy is. I didn't even ask. Like, I ended the interview abruptly. Like, now you can leave. Please step out of the organization now. I called his name like 3 times. Step out. I couldn't. I didn't even understand. Are you trying to trigger me? What's going on? Oh, mom. But anyway, that's the work we do. Talent management, talent recruiting, selection is not actually BS. So, and I'm doing that on steroids, and I'm doing a couple of things as well. So yeah, but I'm really excited for the new phase of my life. It's so chilled, and I really don't have the stomach for drama anymore.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so you guys. Let me tell you what had happened. So in the episode,
why do you want to do that?
In the episode we had recorded before, so Sefunmi lost someone. I'm going to say it because I have to guess where I'm going to.
So you guys,
so Sefunmi lost someone.
You know what? When they say someone is an Allah, tenor, yes, that's Tito.
So Sefunmi lost
just
someone.
Won't let it go.
And
let me say it.
Wait now. Sorry. That was last time we recorded. That was Monday when we recorded this one.
Let you flourish.
Thank you. Yeah,
flourish.
I like that name.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
wrong, just wrong, girl.
So he lost someone. He got the call actually right in front of me, and but if you know, which is part of what I want to say. So I was asking him in the episode that will not air that so how was it? Walk me through the journey of you and this person. And then he explains. He's still gonna explain. He goes ahead to explain, and then he says, but she was guarded. And guys, I literally almost convulsed. Like, you say what? You say what?
I don't know if it's saying she's saying I'm guarded.
You guys, I explained and I will explain again. I have a friend. We've been friends since 2014.
The name that will not be made.
His name is Kelechi.
Why did you do that?
His name is Kelechi. I don't understand. And you himself, he knows.
Just be dragging.
This is the first time. Man. It's not the first time I'm calling them on. It's weird. Kelechi.
So you compare me to Kelechi and you say I'm more guarded than him.
Kelechi is guarded on like a 10. Sefunmi is guarded on like a 75.
That is so wrong of
you guys
to say.
Sefunmi is so guarded. And let me explain why.
How?
Oh God. Sefunmi is, you see, this Nikini and all this drama and all of that is one of his allies in being guarded. Another one is the word.
Which word?
God.
The word of God?
The
truth, the binder, the foundation.
Oh, please. There are times when the Holy Spirit will be like, your brother, check on your brother. I say, if I call him now, right? Yeah. So, funny thing is, when I was telling him the story of what happened? Like, why didn't you tell me? In my mind, I'm like, if you are not physically present, I'm not saying behind his back, he's sitting beside me. If Sefunmi is not physically beside where he can see you, you might as well just show him into the lives of whoever is there. He will come back to you much later, press down and over. Well, but you see, as at that time, he's gone. If you cast your breath in the morning.
So okay, wait. Let me give context.
Sefunmi is guarded, guys.
I'm not. I'm honestly
guys,
not.
He's been my brother
Hello.
for 7 years.
Hello.
Sefunmi is very
unguarded.
Very, very, extremely guarded.
That's your personal problem. You know, I said it the first time. And I'm
telling you, the walls of Jericho, they said that 2 chariots could walk at the same time. That's how big the walls of Jericho. Sefunmi's name should be Sefunmi Jericho. My guy. My brother!
Shemo Jericho was between brother.
My brother!
So wrong.
He's guarded.
So I'm not gonna do this.
I don't know how many ways have you say, but I need you to get the picture. Sefunmi is guarded.
He's wrong.
Let me tell you another way Sefunmi is guarded. Is another way just came up.
Maybe you should title this episode with Sefunmi is guarded. What is going on?
By being there for you. Sefunmi uses it to okay, so but you, how are you doing? But how
I give you shot.
But really, okay. So, but what does that mean for you? Have you really looked at it in this way? Okay, can we channel this anger? He's angry. That's another thing that pisses me off. We are both angry at the same time. Sefunmi is sorting out my own. Like, so and Sefunmi. Hey, if you don't know this person, you think Sefunmi is just a snob. Sefunmi does not really value friendship. It's not. See, listen, I'm talking to you now. If you feel like that, it's not like that. Okay. His wife, it's not that Sefunmi became unguarded for her. No, she became skilled in the art of guarding.
Why are you giving people ammunition against? All wrong now.
Sefunmi boy, guarded.
I'm not.
Sefunmi,
stop it. No, let me explain. People are wired differently.
Tito, you're wiring.
Tito,
Tito, they use guard wire. Guard wire.
Calm down.
Listen,
the one now.
There's a reason we share surname. This guy.
Calm down. So okay, let me. I mean,
oh yeah, go ahead. But
I'm not.
I think you know my last submission on this matter. He's going to explain himself.
I'm not going to explain myself anymore. Since we are gathered, no problem. No problem. I mean, no, I'm not a first responder, right? It's just how I'm wired. I think Samuel too probably is like that. When situations happen, we probably don't react immediately.
Yeah. Samuel puts things in compartment.
Yeah, I compartmentalize till I can process it before I respond. That's how I am. So I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. Exactly. That's what I mean. If that's what you mean by being guarded, that's just how. That's what you're just gonna take me like that.
Yeah.
Did
I ever say I had a choice in this matter? I'm not. All the things I'm saying. It's not because if I need him to talk to me, I don't have to corner him.
But I mean, you always talk.
I know how to corner him if I need him to speak. But that Sefunmi will come to you with some. If Sefunmi says, sis, I have I can drive. Where now?
What do you mean?
Describe where you are now. Send me your live location on WhatsApp. I'm going to enter this Google. I'm going there now. If someone should say another person that's like that is my best friend. If Jenna should say Tito, Mofeko, that's all right. That matters. It has cascade. Me that cockroach just ran on my leg. Dennis! They believe because of Shelley. Oh no.
But I think it's just a function of wiring,
right? But I know. One thing, I'm actually surrounded by a lot of guarded people. I think I already know kind of how my dad is, my mom kind of is, so I kind of know how to work with it. So I can identify people that are guarded. I can identify people that are guarded.
70. Just
you say what? You're not
70.
You are what?
Probably like
From your own point of view.
like a 7 or 6. I mean, what do you mean by that? I'm very offended.
I don't know.
You are wrong. You are thinking what you talk about wrong. So
Anyway,
guys, my
so
Insta
let's now
was a
tell
lot.
the story. What happened last week?
Okay. Last week, lost a dear friend of mine. Yeah, not so gentle soul, but a
What
feisty
do you
soul.
mean?
She was
What do you
feisty. She was not
mean?
gentle. Everybody, Aisha, you should hear me. Where she
But
did.
how was the grieving process for you?
Honestly,
Took you like a week.
yeah, took me a while. I couldn't work really. I couldn't work much last week. Um, and I think it hit me different. It hit me in a way that I did not anticipate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
what were your prevalent thoughts? Try.
it should not have happened.
One.
She still has so much life to live.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been more present, in her life. I wish I could have.
So of course, this kind of thought would enlarge. Like
Yeah.
It would now begin to depopulate and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But those were your
And
main
just the
thoughts.
pain and just seeing like family she's left behind because she lost her mom, growing up. So, and we're really good. We're close to a good extent. Well, I mean, we're like we had this. No, it wasn't a clique, but we were a group of friends, and we're really close. We looked out for each other. We prayed with each other. We read together. We took apartments in the same building. We're that close, right? Because it's people of like minds.
Mhm.
It was rare to have that, in Ife because it was a very strange environment. Right. So outside of my campus fellowship, these were the people that I really could connect with.
Mhm.
We're in the same class and all. So we went through a lot of stuff together, a lot of transitions together, a lot of difficult transitions together. Is it the times when I
And what
write exams?
happened?
So asthma. It was an asthma.
No. What happened to your friendship?
So it wasn't just my friendship with her. It was like with the group. She just, I don't know, disconnected from everyone.
And nobody ever found out the reason.
No one. It was like she made up her mind. She had been hinting, and I was like, I don't understand what you're saying, you this young lady. What are you on about? Because she's been hinting it that maybe she felt that people really, again, guarded. Maybe you thought people really didn't send you, or maybe it wasn't genuine. And honestly, if I told you I knew I know the reason.
It's probably part of your grief, actually, that you never found out.
And it's like, was it something we did? Was it something I did? I don't know. I keep asking myself, right? But I mean,
so how did you get to the point where you are like okay, at least for the most part, right? Now
with the whole thing? Well, I mean, she was a Christian, so comfort is, I know she's with Jesus, so that's good. And I mean, I think losing my dad also, you get to.
Did you have to revisit those thoughts?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was just everything just swells back.
So grief comes in waves.
Yeah,
comes in waves. So you probably are the place where, okay, for a while now.
And I couldn't cry. That was a funny thing.
Why?
I don't know.
Did you give yourself permission to?
I did, and I just couldn't. I don't know why. Like, I was grieving internally, but I couldn't.
I felt like if you probably exhaled.
So it was until I spoke to Tito that I could
breathe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was it. So it was a very strange, not strange, bro. I mean, I think my dad's contact was different.
Friend? Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to say. Have you ever lost a friend this close before?
I think this is is this the first?
Funny thing is, as you're talking, I remember the first time I lost Adetunji Alashe. God damn. It was.
I think you just said that says it a lot.
Oh really? It was a. That was the first time. So I wasn't ready. I didn't know. I didn't know what to. Time. So I spoke with him February 15. He died February. He had cancer. And when I was working in Lagos, funny thing is where I was working then, I am working there now. It's been like how many years now? I think like 10 years since he died. Wow, funny. And we would go to the hospital. It was in Lagoon Hospital. Go to the hospital. I remember there was a day they told me to pray. I prayed for 2 hours straight. Like I was just going on, with the prayer. Tunji was bubbly, full of life, funny. We used to talk for hours. And I met him. Funny thing is, I met him like maybe few months or like a year before he took ill. I was there for him and all of that. Then he got better. And then he went back to Abuja. I remember. Went back to Abuja and all was well. Then I didn't hear from him. So I've been called all through January, didn't pick up. That February 15th, I just said, let me try to call again. So as he called, I remember I said, Tito, how are you? I said, I'm not fine. I was even angry. What happened? I saw people said they saw you in what's the name of this place? RCCG Holy Ghost Congress, that you gave testimony. He said yes and all that. He said, but things have gotten a million times worse. I remember those were his words. I can't remember his voice anymore now, but I remember those words. Things have gotten a million times worse. I said, don't say that again. Say, I'll get better. He said, okay, I'll get better. I'll do this. I'll do this. I said, Tito, let me call you back.
Wow.
I'll call you back now. Let me call you back. So, a mutual friend, my sister Ferami, calls me. I was at SUB. I was working with Janet. I was sorting out my project. And Janet, Ferami calls me and goes, Tunji passed. First of all, Tunji is very brilliant. First class distinction, top, and was in finance. So I thought it was I swear to you, I thought it was an exam. I was angry. I don't understand. Why did he write an exam this season? Now, hey God. Hi, God. Oh. It felt like they were punking me. I sat down on the floor. I didn't even initially cry. I first sat down. When she said, Ti. I said, what now? Why would they tell him to write exam? Anyway, congratulations, boss. I'll call him. I said, Ti, Tunji died. I was on the floor. I sat down on the floor on the road. I sat on the floor. Janet dragged me. We went to the quadrangle. I was not crying. I was groaning. That was the first time. Janet was crying. Janet was, and that's the thing. My friend that she picks it fast. I was crying like wait. Apparently they said I was the last person spoke with on the phone. Ha. My head. First of all, I was knocked up. I wore pajamas to class. 90. And school be saw me say, go home for 2 weeks. I first felt ill. I didn't even know what kind of sickness it was. When they diagnosed saying gastritis or something, I don't even know. I was in Moyo's house. I couldn't go home. My mom came to see me in Moyo's. I remember she was just looking at me. She was just shaking her head. I was gone. Tunji died. That's all I kept saying.
Yeah.
Died. I don't understand as how, why. This guy loved Jesus in a way that I've not really seen. Or that time I'd not really seen men own their Christianity like that. Young guys. He was for months. Then that was February. April. Tamlore has an accident. As they called. Funny thing, I was on Facebook. I saw the news. Some medical students on their way to saying, or is it or you had an accident. Funny thing is, I just said, HS was just teaching me at that time. When I see news like that, I should not just scroll. I should just say, oh Father, please, I commit. So I just prayed and I moved on. That's how my mother calls me. Have you heard? I said, what?
What the Lord has done. He has destroyed the works of Satan.
I was just getting through Tunji.
Yeah.
You now call me and say, Tamlore has an accident. Her own was the worst. Sorry. She and I think Ronsi Kolade, they were the worst.
So you never checking?
As far as the worst case, I think maybe the bus landed on Tamlore or something. He first flung her out because she was still at back.
Huh.
I don't even know how I got to my mom's office. Saw Pashola, the doctor. He said, Tito, I will not lie. The prognosis is not good. Eh? So they call, we're like four. Bolaji Moyo, Tamloy, Tito. Call us and they told us that when we're coming to the ICU, we should wear bogus clothes, we shouldn't wear clingy. They should give us I remember driving like a mad woman into UCH. Found somewhere to park. If you see what I wore, sure you want bogus. Me that sleep. Got to the ICU. That place wasn't filled with medical students because she was a medical, so it was and it's UCH and from
Oh yeah.
it was filled up. I shall go there, me and Moyo. Thankfully, there were a lot of Stone Church people there, so they knew us. Asiri, that's Tamara's sister, announced to us. Said they will not allow you go in. You can only speak to her through a window. I peeped. I saw my friend. I said, God, please don't take her. That's all I could say. I couldn't even pray. She was looking like they'd cut her hair because she was looking horrible. First of all, they couldn't even cut the hair properly. I was first of all angry. As far I looked, there was something in her mouth. Like she was on a table. She was not on any bed. She was on a table. I was gone. That God please. Saved her, sir. She didn't die. Not only did she die, she didn't even miss any time in school. I think that's was on strike and all. But that thing shook me. Hey God. That was me. I even told her. I remember telling her when she got married to her boyfriend. Because Tamara is one of the people that first got into a long-term relationship that was solid. OJ. I remember I called OJ. I even know I know both their numbers because they have this SCUG whatever number. So his own ends with a stand for I want to stand 17 or something like that. So I know both their numbers till today. So I called him and he had changed his collar tune. I don't go ever leave you. I can't forget. I go dead. I pray. I say, God, if you carry to you is OJ. OJ will say you don't he will become your worst nightmare. You better. I'm not his own. You know what's funny? She led worship powerful on Sunday. Powerful worship on Sunday. And I remember Pastor Fred at the time declared that nobody was going to die or something like that. The accident happened. When church went on fast, people were praying. It was intense because Tamara is most loved of them. She's always smiling. If she sees you now, you just like her because that's kind of thing. So I think those are the two instances I've had. I grieved Tamlore because when she now came back, she had to first use crutches. I remember the day she entered church. Friend of we had seen her on Saturday. We went to see her. Then Sunday she entered. So she was like, she's not sure if she was going to come to church or not, blah, 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 blah. As she entered church, whoever was preaching or singing, everywhere scattered. Everybody was there. I can still remember that picture because I was standing at the back. I just turned my head. I just saw her coming. Everywhere scattered. Because people have died for less. As for the thing that happened to her. The other girl, she's pastor, her dad is pastor of Vine Branch in her leg broke apparently into two. Everything was fine. I don't know how. I don't know what that. Those were like the vivid. She walks with her two legs now. I don't think they have to do any. Tamara had maybe 8 surgeries or more than that. Her teeth broken. As in, I look at my friend now. Got married, has a son, and all living chopping life. I love it for her. She's a top doctor now. Yes. But Tunji's own broke me. Tunji's own broke me because I'd never lost anybody. I don't think I can ever forget it because that was the first experience. I remember seeing Tunji, so he had a growth on his knee. Big growth. But he showed me, that's what we used to talk a lot. So he showed me the x-ray. Once was a big growth. If you see the bone of and I kept asking. So that was my first time with questions God is never going to answer, or probably God will never answer on this side of the divide. Because I kept asking God why. I cried like no man. I cry. Anytime I still think about it, I'm still teary because Tunji was first of all very fine. Fine boy. God damn. So yeah, I think I get it, but it's different from me because I mean we still spoke. So I think another thing that really, really, really affected me with Tunji was I spoke with him for I remember he said I remember till today it's still passcodes for a lot of things. I remember he said I will call you back later. Tito, let me call you. I remember. So I even think one his younger sister had looked for his trouble at that time. I was like, my friend, get out of here or something like that. I was like, why would you talk to her? Like, normal gist. So like, let me call you back. So I thought maybe it was that his sister. Or, like, okay, we'll call me tomorrow or maybe when he's settled. I've never back with me. So Janet, oh God. So after I had cried and all of that and called her and go home, and she was trying to get me back to the hostel. Like, salon.
Oh my God.
Janet.
Oh my
She had
God.
cried though.
Oh my
She had
God.
cried. She was, but she just added that one. Don't you? So I think grief. I don't know, but that moment also kind of weirdly kind of made me closer with God. Then I don't know. I really don't know why. Thinking about it now, but I know that I
I
was.
think just I mean,
Uh,
so I just remembered. So I don't know. Something in my memory. Sometimes I I think because I compartmentalize stuff,
mhm,
like I don't immediately have access to those memories.
mhm.
So just as we're talking, I just remember that I lost an aunt that pretty much raised me, and
Okay. How? Because you just stay with your mom.
it was okay. So we grew up with my mom had a lot of her sisters around growing up. So there were three of them in the house. So they were there like at my birth.
Mm-hmm.
They be taking care of us. My mom had support really.
Fantastic.
Which was really really good for her because she was running the business. She was very busy, so it was how she could at
Yeah, makes
least
sense. I get that.
So I mean, Auntie Moni was like this most senior sister in the
In
house.
the house. Okay.
Fine auntie, fair, hot cake that time. She do look hot, man. She did call by say,
Beauty.
come on now. Ah, so I mean, a lot of things had happened, right? She got married to this guy. My mom really wasn't cool with it. Laura, she got pregnant, stillbirth, had fibroid, wanted to do surgery. She died during the process of the surgery. Ah, I remember I was at
How old were you?
SUB. No, this
Okay,
was
you're
like
in
uni. Yeah,
uni.
uni. So I think I just noticed that I have a pattern. I don't know how to process my
Immediately.
emotions immediately. And I've just come to terms with it. I'm not the person that something will happen and I will cry. I'm not that person. I don't
So
think
you
I'm that
didn't cry at
person.
your dad's?
It was I cried. Yes, I did cry, but there was just so much going on.
Yeah, I think I remember that
So
actually.
there was no time. I didn't have room to just
Mm-hmm.
break down in that sense. I think I couldn't afford it. It was so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But for her, I realized that when they told me, I was I was shocked, of course sad, angry, and it took me a year. It was the anniversary of
Memorial.
the memorial, and I was in school. I think I was somewhere in school, and I just started crying.
Yeah,
It just came just you know.
yeah.
So it's
That's
I
why
don't know
it comes
why
like
different.
waves for
Yeah,
me. It's like waves. But what I've learned is let's just let it wash over you.
yeah.
Just
Just
go
let it
back.
go.
Just let it.
Yeah.
Go feel whatever you're gonna feel. I give myself permission to cry a lot. So I cry when I'm very angry. I cry when I'm very when those people is not letting me say what I really want to say. I cry. I do exhale a lot, and that's funny to a lot of people because they see me as doing stuff. Baba, I cry well, very well. I cry because it just helps me to let me wash my heart, because if I should do it the way my melancholy mind have picture it, Ishomeji, it will cut. So let's just let's just all be, you guys. So I cry a lot. I cry in worship. I cry. It just helps me, you know. And so before I used to want, just cry, but then I realized that a lot of people don't. It's not what comes naturally for me doesn't come as naturally to other people, right? So yeah, but I noticed that, for instance, if I'm watching a movie, before I can cry, my husband has cried many times. Yeah, stirred up. Before I will cry. So we're different in that, you know. Things that make me cry immediately may not make someone. Someone can tell because of the way he's seeing his wife tell. That I've noticed that, where he feels like, okay, because of the way I'm crying. I know. I remember there was a time they chased. I was still supporting them. I didn't know that they are not. Whatever. Let's just move on. They chased my neighbors out of the house, and I used to like mentor the kids. So I just came out, just popped out, saw them. Their loads were out. Felt so bad. I started crying. Of course, someone was switched to what can he do? How much is it? How much can he pay? Excuse me. But the moment he saw me cry, I could see my husband's eyes were red. It's just because, Tito, if I could give you the world, that it wasn't really because of them. If paying, if I could at the time, if you could afford to pay so that I cannot cry, you would have done it. You would have done it. You would have done it no matter what I said, safe. You would have done it. Like, okay, so that you can be fine. You know, so I see that. I think my dad, funny enough, my dad if he's my dad is one of the first few men that I know that he wore his emotions on his sleeves. Like if you felt sad, he would let you know. If you felt like, my dad cried, I've seen my dad cry. I think I saw my dad cry even more than I saw my mom cry. Growing up now, my mom see if you piss her off too much, she first cry before she shows you the Margaret Thatcher side of her. You know, so yeah, I've seen that happen a lot. But I think a part of me rejoices when I see men actually tear up, because I feel like a lot of times men bottle things in a lot, you know, and it's because they probably were not given permission to exhale. You know, so I allow my friends.
Losing some. Losing someone in my life. I remember people just invalidating your emotions, saying, "Oh, you can't, you need to be strong."
Don't grieve. The Bible says you should not grieve. The Bible says you should not grieve like unbelievers. It didn't say you should not grieve. You don't grieve because, as an unbeliever, that is, you are grieving as though that's the end.
Scripture. I'm even talking culturally. How they
yes, I'm even saying religion, culture and religion. They are intertwined in the sense, in this they are intertwined. So that's what I'm saying.
You are the man.
No, it's absolute nonsense.
Yeah,
absolute nonsense. And don't cry. I'm like, there was a day I went for, so I'm like, cry. Person was looking at me. I said, go ahead, cry on my shoulder, hold me, cry. He held me, my friend. He held me and cry, as in he was shaking on me. I could feel the emotions. He had just lost his mom. They're telling him not to cry. I said, look at me, cry well, cry. As he held me, I just hugged him. He wailed, and after I said, "Are you okay?" Fine. And I didn't cry. I didn't shed a tear because I needed to be strong for him. Why would you not? Never. That's one thing I would never, ever do. In fact, I like to see. Of course, there are some. I don't know what people that used to say, "Oh, men cry to pretend is a lie." I don't have those kind of people around me. That's you people can go ahead and have that. You can have that.
What are y'all going through
as
on
in,
the streets?
Who are the people that are your friends? Who are you people dating? Oh, well done to you. But for me, if Lolu should call me, that's my brother, with his eyes red. Hey, hi. Don't. Don't. Better not be the one on the other side of that. If Lolu calls me, Lolu knows. If my brother calls me, somebody's stressing me at work. The way I carry it to God, you think it's my son, a father. No, I don't. On my husband, anybody that I really love, because men, you see, people need to understand that.
So I mean, I think with men,
we feel things actually deep.
We feel things, but I think
you guys actually feel deeper.
Yeah,
because you've not been allowed to.
Yes. So we express emotions differently through anger, through indifference, through silence.
Yeah.
But it's all there. It's all there. It's not less.
Knowing my husband now, because someone can come to me with anything.
It's exact. For me, I don't. When people say women are more emotional.
No, actually.
I don't agree.
No,
I actually don't agree.
No,
I'm not saying that they are more expressive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the difference. Men feel with the same weight. They have a way to cope. They know how to suppress. They know how to compartmentalize it.
Even more. I think it's even more because when a man feels, it's not feeling based on, from what I have noticed, it's not feeling based on that situation alone. There are a couple of things that have happened. Yes. It's in that sphere.
Yeah.
He feels everything at once. I remember when I first met my husband, I knew, looking through his eyes, you see that your eyes tell me a lot of things about you. So I don't even.
What do my eyes tell you about me?
My business.
Me one of Jericho. No problem.
So I just met my husband at the time, and I literally could see in someone's eyes something is going on with this guy. He was there.
When was that?
He was friendly. When we just met, we just started dating. And I remember that HS said I was going to be his therapist. I remember the first time Samuel broke down. I just asked him a very simple question. Was it, when was the last time your dad something and my husband crumbled? With my boyfriend at the time, he crumbled. He cried like a baby. It was like I was seeing Samuel, but I was seeing the little boy that I felt neglected. I remember it was wearing a black t-shirt. I remember because it was sitting under, that time I had my open wardrobe. So it was sitting under my clothes. He cried. And funny thing is, he was talking. He just started. It wasn't like he was talking. He cried. There's this movie, Maria Goes to Jail, the first one, where the guy sat with Viola Davis. I don't know if you remember. He sat with Viola Davis and was talking about how he was at fault because he told that girl, the girl who was in jail, to the black girl, to follow him to a party when they were much younger, and I think they raped the girl. So it was at first. It was at fault. The way that guy cried, multiplied by 10. That's when my husband was crying. Then we started to walk and work through those emotions. And I saw his eyes clear over time. So a lot of times, women, I don't know, but you can be therapist to your, and it gets to a point where you become the safe space for your man. Not the house, not the whatever, not the friendship, you as a person, where your husband can legit. We were in a very bad place. Stuff had happened. This was, I think, June. He had just gotten a new job. And I was not even talking with him. I was in my room, I was in his room. And then HS told me, go and ask your husband how he is. In my head, I'm like, do I care? What kind of a question? What do you mean? There's food at home. You should eat. And anyway, I obeyed. I went ahead and said, I backed him as I sat down. I said, I should ask you how you are. I was like, oh, I'm fine. I said, see, please, I don't have the grace to start prodding. What's going on? It just started. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not. I first moved whatever I was feeling to the back. And we dealt with it. It was something almost tiny, but he'd been bottling it.
Yeah.
And he had nothing to do with me. So it's not, I feel like he was battling his own stuff. So
yeah. So I mean, I I find that like it's being safe, being the safe space for your partner is, it's not, because I think the society projects that the man should always be that
for you.
continuous source of strength for the woman, but it's both ways.
I think women
Yeah.
actually can carry more, especially when it comes to not their own. I just feel like a lot of women have not tapped into their own. So you kind of have to be a whole woman to be able to heal the brokenness of your husband, or to be able to create an avenue where it can be healed. You yourself. And so if, for instance, somebody tells me that, oh, my wife told me to confide in her and I did, and then she started laughing because I was crying, that's not really, she's not really laughing at you. She's uncomfortable at the vulnerability that you have shown, because she can't, or she probably hasn't learned how to. So that's why both parties need to be healed. But I can say that a man can be there for you even in his brokenness,
I mean,
because he can,
yes,
can
because
hide it.
even with how God has graced the man or the husband, you are the bridegroom, so there is a grace to groom. There's a grace to be that foundation, that safe space for the woman. You have that grace. Every man has it. Not a lot of men tap into it or use it, but you will find that there are men that can, that are aware of that grace, and they're able to be that safe space for their spouses, for their wives. So I think it's something that men need to also understand, that you have a grace to build, to groom, to be that safe space, because for a woman, I mean, women are complex. It's never x plus x is not 2x. It's a polynomial. Yeah. So sorry. So there you go. Yeah. So for you really have to, because
It's almost there.
I'm there. So the way it is, it's not really what you're thinking. I get me now.
Funny enough, the marital vulnerability is very different from premarital.
Oh, sure.
Whatever dating courtship is valid, but it's different. It's totally different. It's like you're starting from the scratch to show each other that I'm still your Geo. And that's one thing I sat with my husband with when we got married. We agreed that in this marriage, we don't do roles. We don't do it. We just don't. Because I found, he also saw, that roles, especially rigid roles, interfere with the fluidity of your relationship as friends. As fusion is already, shut the front door. It's already hard. Fusion, bringing two people with two different personalities. My husband and I we both have strong personalities. As much as people think Samuel he has a very strong, alive, and vibrant personality. So bringing two together, that means two of you, first of all, need to die. So, and I say that most marriages end because either one party is alive or both of them are alive. That's the issue. Be dead. Just die. Just die. There's nothing you are looking for in life.
Both of them are. Because if one is dead.
Usually, actually, sometimes if the man is not dead, especially, maybe that's why the Bible says, as love your wife. If the man is not dead, the woman is already, a woman in love is almost, she don't used to hear word. She don't used to possess brain. A woman is brain dead when she's.
I just can't with you, honestly.
I'm serious. It's just a natural thing. When a woman is in love, it's a brain dead situation. The doctor cannot. It's aneurysm. Aneurysm.
What are you watching?
No, I'm
New Amsterdam. What's going on?
I'm just saying, she's not. I've never tried to speak with a lady. It's absolute nonsense. Especially with the person, the object of our affection. It can't work. So a man needs to die himself. So two dead people. To die is not easy. What I'm saying, it's still not. You have to choose to die to flesh. The one you died yesterday, you don't enough. Sorry, you have to die again today. Do you get that? So it's fusion is already hard. To now add that to you cook, you provide the money, you deal with the generator, you speak with the technicians, you what's that? Of course, there are things that I am naturally adept at doing. There are things that someone naturally tends to, but still, they're not. It's not your role. It's not my role. This is where you're strong at. This is what you're strong at. So it's just common sense. We just do it. And if somebody needs help, we ask. So that has really helped us. It has really, really helped our marriage. I can't even lie. Like, we are just like friends that have sex, that are one, that finish each other's sentences. That's just it. It's very plain and fluid. If we fight, we're fighting as friends. It's not my husband and we kneel down. Nobody. The problem with these things is it looks sweet initially. 40 years, 30 years in marriage, you realize that somebody is spoiled. And I've seen that a lot. Somebody is now the first lady of state of emergency. The other one is the land of the tribe of.
The credit card of grace has been maxed. You just
and then you guys, people are living with husbands, 40 years in marriage, and you guys are resenting. The woman has lost her esteem, her personality, herself totally because. What are you guys doing? Do you understand? So I think for me, or I don't know, you could do whatever works for your marriage, but not do whatever works for your marriage because a lot of people think just if it works for you in the long run, not just it works for me, it buys me in the long run. How, where, when does this play out?
And you know the funny thing, and which is something that
not even what I wanted to talk about, but. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because this is something that you have permission to revisit these conversations because, again, the goal is to keep the fluidity and the genuineness and the depth of your friendship intact, regardless. So, communication, we found is still very, very important.
Franklin's wife called it renegotiate. I like to renegotiate that. Like, there's something that maybe you liked 5 years ago, because I think I heard that. Is it people change every 7 years or every 5 years or something like that? So what I used to like may have differed from what I like now. So you just renegotiate instead of fighting about it or something.
Or trying to hold on to a version. Because really, it's an ongoing. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
You're becoming different. I'm also growing. I'm changing. My desires are changing. My interests are changing. I mean, it's funny. I went out yesterday for this Aramanda concert, which was
was it. Okay.
It was the bomb. I'm an introvert, right? I mean, I go to the
wait.
Come again? Yeah.
You did?
Get Out.
It was fantastic.
It was.
Wow.
So, I mean,
no, let's say that because it's about to. So wait. So what was the inspiration? Because I saw pictures. I'm like, where all of them? You know, actually, you did.
So
that's
my
nice.
dear pastor gave me a ticket to go.
Okay.
So I mean, I was working. Funny enough. Working in the corridor, funny enough. And I was like, God, but I actually want to
go.
I just want to I want to reward myself.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, okay, let me just close. I just closed the laptop. And as I closed it, my WhatsApp just started buzzing. My manager was just sending me messages. And nigga, you gonna chill. Sorry, I hope you don't listen to this though. But you gonna chill. You know? I was like, no, I just put it off, and I was like, I'm just gonna go. So I mean, I get there, and in my head I was like, you know, I'm doing something just typically
Not
not
used.
out of
You're not
character, right?
used to.
So this is something I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. And because I just found out, like, I maybe
Always home.
I'm just, I don't have, after doing everything, working, and I just want to be with me
Mm-hmm.
and just my social capital, just not
Yeah.
because of the job I do. I'm always out, like, engaging people, talking, having meetings, holding conferences and stuff. So I just want to be with myself,
Mm-hmm.
love on myself, and love on Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So
Vicky.
so you know, so I mean, I went, right. And I when I got there, I saw people I knew first. I just was avoiding people initially because I was like, no, I don't want, but eventually, like, it was really, really cool. And
Mm-hmm.
I found myself jumping and screaming. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I sound like this, because
Really?
oh my god, it was so much fun. It was so much
Mm-hmm.
fun. Got to meet people. So I mean, I found out that, okay, maybe I enjoy recreational events. Maybe I do, like, I fancy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do fancy it, especially maybe it's with an artist I like. Maybe I
Mm-hmm.
can actually explore. So I'm not completely like, oh, I'm introverted and I want to enjoy that,
Mm-hmm.
So I found out there's certain things about me that are changing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you're stuck on one version of me,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
will
of
have
course.
problems.
Yeah.
You will have problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It's
know.
it's
What's one
people
thing about you that has
change.
changed, maybe in the last 1 year
1 year. No, nothing really.
or 2 years, 3 years? Let's just say 5 years. Let's go with
What
five
has
years.
changed?
Something that,
What has changed
because
in
you seem to be
five
like,
years?
I feel you're more of a homebody now compared to when I first met you.
I was a nobody then.
Are you
I,
sure?
I was a nobody that thought I was missing out on stuff. So maybe now I'm just because I actually went out, did a lot of these things, went to these events. Actually, in December I was out. Majorly, I was out from like Boya the first. I was out then 21st to 29th, back every day. Every day. I remember my neighbors used to look at someone like that. Do you guys have any form of rest in your body? We were always out, you know.
Yeah.
I think in 5 years I've come to accepting myself a lot. I've changed in the sense that I remember, so there's a certain teacher that I used to be very excited to listen to. Like, if he's teaching anywhere, if I can go, I'll be there. And I listened to him recently. He said what? And I'm like, and I used to really.
Hmm.
So that's one side. I think I naturally didn't used to care what people think, but on this on this pedestal I'm at, I don't care. As far I really don't care. Like I don't. So there's that. There's also what has changed. Like I'm very comfortable in my skin now. I'm in love with me, you know. And then before, maybe not, maybe by reason of what other people have said, that need to be validated by some specific people gone. It was also part of the fact that I don't care. Um,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I think it just really helps where I'm at. And then in recent
To be centered
times,
on what's important, really, at the end of
yeah,
the day.
my core is very strong at this point. Like God is my core, and once I find myself shaky, I just check how stabilized are you, my love. Do you stabilize well, or you are shaking? Are you shaking? Don't shake. So yeah, I think those are the parts where I've really changed, which fun enough affects literally all my life now. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care. I really don't. If it's not bringing me, if it's not, first of all, you can't give me joy. Joy is from my inside. But if it's not growing the joy in my inside, if it's not adding to it, if it's not bringing peace around me, I will drop you like a bad habit. Like don't care. So yeah, there's that. And I think another thing that has changed is how intensely I love. So maybe because now I don't have time to be begging you to love. Those that are now that I know that are my people, I go 1000%, to love. So I believe that love builds people.
Yeah,
So yeah, I love to build, not I love to build. How to explain it? I give them love to build them. That's basically what I like. I love to build. I love to see people grow around me, and
and
yeah,
that's enough for you.
that's enough for me. It's
Beautiful. Beautiful.
maybe it's 30, maybe it's 30 plus. I really don't know. There's just a part of me that has, I see a lot of things, and I remember when I used to be very, very sanctimonious. It was me. I was a sanctimonious person.
Mm.
Eh?
Did I meet that version of you? I'm
No, you
not
didn't
sure.
actually. I'd
Was
already
it
met
time
myself on
my
the floor.
what
I'd
did
already met myself on the floor, on the ground, in the mud.
Oh my god.
Not in the mud, in the mud.
In the mud.
I was
They
murding.
call it murder.
My dear, it was bad. And where did I meet myself in the mud? In a muddy place called Benin. I was
Oh
I
my god.
was on the
It's
ground.
Billy Gist.
My love.
It's gonna be one episode.
I've done it now. You should go and check my
Yeah,
YouTube. I've talked about
we're
it a
gonna
lot.
have to go visit that.
Benin. Hey, don't call it anyhow. What?
I said the Benin guys. I'm gonna steal that conversation
He says he wants to
because
see what it.
there are so many levels to that gist.
What's the level that you know?
Hello, I remember you told me one time about one of your students that challenged you spiritually.
Yeah.
I remember I said there are levels to it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. So don't worry, we'll come with that one.
Anyway, so yeah, I think those are things that have changed. And funny thing is, thank God I married my G, because I was with I so like, I always say it's always I'm your koi, I'm your husband, you should submit. If I married them, either I would have lost my essence, or I would I'll be out of my marriage. Because you say what? Did you get? So
but God gives you.
yeah. So it's what you need. If you are allowed Him.
Yeah.
And sometimes it may not be comfortable. Sometimes
I
it
had
may
this conversation with a friend.
It may look like
yesterday.
It may look like you're the only one. Because I remember when I started dating someone, it felt like all of a sudden I'm the only one in my circle that's dating someone younger, or that's dating someone that was just starting his life when I had gotten to a certain level. It felt like that. But God always, I see, and now, I see. So there are a lot of things I'm trusting Him for, but I know that if I just look at
Maybe could have
how,
done this.
like how in 2016, all these things I couldn't even dream it. I couldn't even dream. I couldn't even dream these things. I couldn't even see. And so sometimes when people say if you don't see it, you don't believe. I think sometimes God sees for you, because I couldn't see these things. All I just knew was, God, help me, because I couldn't see.
Yeah.
For a long time, till early this year. One of the things I prayed for was that my dreaming capacity should come back. I couldn't dream anymore. I couldn't see anymore. It felt like everything was just going off me. Like I was losing my sense of vision.
Are you getting that back?
It came back like it never left. It's not like I'm getting it. It came back like it never left. And one of the teachers I listen to now was talking, and when he was talking about the strength of the spirit, it felt like that's all I'd ever needed in a very long time. And since for like a week, that's all I've been saying. I have the strength of the spirit. I have the strength of the spirit. It has worked, because usually when I think of, so it's not that I wasn't dreaming. I had dreams, or I had things, I had vision, but it's like immediately I see a picture, or it's even still blurry. The first thing that comes to mind is you get tired. You get tired. You get tired. You can't bear this.
Yeah.
And somehow I always believed it. I never challenged that voice. I'd never challenged that you get tired. You have to walk around your strength and capacity so that you don't break down.
It's crazy because when I parked, I prayed this prayer right before I came inside.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So
because I'm having a meeting tomorrow to just conceive the plan for my the second quarter of the year.
Oh, okay.
For our business and all. So I sat down. Done the numbers like in the evening some hours ago. I'm not done, but as I did it, I saw that I was tired, and I was like, "Calm down, yo, chill, calm down." So I just said, I have the grace. I have angels ready to effect this will. I was just saying it in the car before coming out, and it's a real thing actually.
Man had even been. It almost started to form my identity and my personality. I remembered myself.
One of the teachers I was even listening to, recently said, honestly, at the end of the day, everything falls back to the mind. To the mind. To the book I'm reading, the image
the battlefield
faith.
Of the mind.
Yeah, to the image of faith you have. Yeah.
The level of faith you have is a factor of the level of grace you are exposed to. Because the faith, many times we think faith is our responsibility, but there's a reason God is called the author. Jesus is called the author and the finisher. That is the owner of. The faith we should have now is just looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of faith. It's not calling you to have faith now. It's just
look at me.
Just look. Just
recognize that I'm the one.
Like, I lost my dreaming capacity. It's like I was just being. It was good for the time because I really needed to rest, but I couldn't conceive things. Or if I did, I miscarried. I miscarried dreams. I miscarried times. And it came back. It felt like it was there all the time. It didn't leave. I just couldn't access this thing anymore. Recently, just accessing it has given me such peace, that God can talk to me, and He's not talking to me about fighting demons. He's not talking to. It's just Him and I. Man, this episode is just deep, unnecessarily. I mean, why? I just wanted to just. Why did we?
Then you started dragging me, and we got here.
Okay, you're not 70. You are like.
If you say something funny,
is it your number?
I will show you shaggy.
You're not 70. You're not 70. You are between.
I know my 68
and a 65. You are in there is a little bit of a stop.
I'm done here.
Thank you guys for listening. We're working on the next season. I think we have about 2 more episodes or 1 more episode, I don't know, in this season, and then we'll come back by God's grace, bigger and better.
Better.
Thank you so much. You guys, Sefunmi has been such a partner in this season. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm striking mortar as far that has caked in the sun.
All these things.
Wait, let me finish. Sefunmi has been like because let me tell you guys, if it was only me that was running, first of all, it would have been weird. I would have just been talking alone. But the fact that, guys, he will show up no matter when. I think I'm the one that just said, no, forget this episode, because he could have come. Sefunmi would have. If I insisted that, bro, he would have come. So, yeah, I think surrounding yourself with people that they don't necessarily collaborate with you, but with the dream, it's fantastic. Anyway, guys, that's the UNCHURCH family for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. My name is TitOluwa Sam Oladakwa.
And it's your boy.
Sefunmi. Because honestly, I really don't have it. Bye, guys. We love you. God loves you more.
Love you guys.